It'd be a damn shame.
That sentence wasn't finished, bro.
I know that was the point.
Fuck you.
So what are you guys planning on doing?
Well, we just
What?
spent the last 8 hours hanging around and playing Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
That's
I am
That's
resting.
pretty much
Did
what the
we-
last hour felt like.
Did we did we say that we had taken a short rest
Long
or
rest.
a long rest? A long
pretty
rest.
sure
this
That's
was a long
rest.
one.
Yeah.
Okay. Are we going back in there? Or are we going out of the tunnels? I would assume we are going back.
One imagines
I
we're
would-
going back if we rested inside of the place.
Yeah, we have to still finish mapping it.
Alright.
Sorry, I was getting my stuff together. There we go. Um,
Do you think that instead of going back down the way we came, we should try to see what's up here first, or should we just go back down since we've cleared some of it?
What are you saying by up here?
Because in the past where the rubble is, there was a kind of cave. This area is all paved, right? And when we came in, it was sort of
Basically,
Like-
check out the other pathways of the intersection.
yeah.
I mean, for the most part, where we are currently resting, you, Gan, since you're the one that is technically making the map, we've already mapped out this area.
But there's like one area that's further up north on this level that, or in
There's
this
two
area-
ways you haven't completed. You have skipped one right-hand tunnel, and you have not finished another right-hand tunnel.
Well, let's go back to the tunnel that we skipped then. Maybe we shouldn't have skipped it.
Maybe there'll just be brooms or something in there.
But I don't like brooms. Brooms hurt.
So do shoes.
Not been hit with shoe before. Been hit with broom.
Nobody kicked you in the butt before?
What?
All right, I'm going to start off our little adventuring day with a ritual casting detect magic.
Any magic?
No.
Is there something in this closet?
No. Not
A
anything
room.
more than what was there the last time you looked.
There's a bird in that closet.
All right, gather around for light, everybody. You get a light, and you get a light, and the dog gets a light, and Rin gets a light, and my rope gets a light because I don't have to sling it around her neck because it'll go into her skin if I don't allow her to change first.
As you're saying this, well, I can't. Give me a second to move myself. Allegretto moved out of the closet, and he's holding his boomerang up in the air, like, light, please. Light, please.
It's nice you came out of the closet.
I had to, it was about time in my life that the bird.
I appreciate he's
Started
coming
to-
out of the closet, but now I don't want to touch the boomerang.
Look, you better get closer to Look, I know you've established some rules that I've eavesdropped on through the walls. You better get close to that bird.
Stop it.
He's telling you to get close to the cock.
I guess
Talk
not on the
got
boomerang.
Thank you.
Go time now?
I guess we can jump into the roleplay if we want at this point, right?
Is that not what we've been doing?
Well,
Please,
you
shut.
get what I mean.
I am running away from this current situation.
Who taught you these words?
Did you?
Do I,
Finally,
I-
someone gets some
I was about to
acknowledgement right
say.
here.
I was about to say.
You taught me run away.
do I hear anything?
You hear us?
Before
No, you hear
Before
a
we
lot
move-
of chatter with your group. Yes.
Before we move forward as a party, just to clarify, we are going back to where we last left, right?
We're going wherever Gan's going.
All right, sounds good.
Is that wise?
Sneakily.
Question
no.
for Rin. I
Mhm.
don't remember. This is the form you are currently in right now, right?
The old lady, yeah.
Old lady. All right.
Should we go back to where we were then?
Let's
I am
try the
going to
intersection
move.
and decide from there.
Oh shit, I clicked the wrong one for that.
Oh shit! It's not working.
Sneaky time. That's pretty good.
Damn.
All right.
That means I rolled a 10 and 11, actually. Holy shit.
Okay, so I walk up to the intersection. Unfortunately.
Son of a bitch.
Quiet.
Why are we rolling stealth? We're all brightly lit.
We're being sneaky.
I was trying, like, for me, I was gonna stay at the back of the group, like 10 to 15 feet behind whoever is the last person. But now I'm just clacking my beak every 5 steps with an 8.
Yo, Slugger, what's the holdup?
I appear to have gone blind. Nope, we're back.
Sneak.
I have Sin slash Sammy, multiple names. I have a question.
What?
At this point, are we assuming that the dog is always 5 feet behind you, or are you
No.
moving both of them?
I am moving both of them
That's a lot
Question.
of work.
independently.
You
Airee, I do have
can.
a question. Do I have time to tell everyone to back the fuck up before the non-stealthy ones get too close to the front?
No.
Fuck.
You gotta do that before the roll. Everyone be stealthy. Okay, says Allegretto on the back.
Yeah, just saying. If Slugger dies, it's your fault for being not sneaky.
I will take full responsibility.
You can go ahead with your initiatives, though.
Fuck.
Oh,
You
fuck me.
guys,
I don't even
we were
see where
supposed to
Slugger is.
sneak, right?
Jesus Christ. This is so like you, Airee. Also, Star, I sent you a message.
No.
I saw it.
Why is that initiative so low?
somewhere. I'm just gonna throw the word please on the end of that, and that's all I got. I'm sorry.
Oh no. All 3 of our hardest hitters in melee got the lowest initiatives.
Look, for me, I'm torn between going early and going late. But, at this current point in time, I don't know what's happening. I am behind a dog and a short person.
Take a guess based on what we've been fighting.
You found the halfling.
think the halfling's dead.
Thank you. That's exactly what I wanted to hear.
Send you straight to hell.
Oh, fuck. Am I first?
Yeah.
God damn it.
What the fuck?
Nope, the negative 94 is.
Hold up. Who went up and... Who... Never mind. That's a dumb question.
It was
Okay.
Gan and Slugga.
Like who? Yeah, that's
wasn't
like some
us that-
heavy metagaming.
Barreling into danger.
Burning
Whoa,
our
what the fuck?
buildings. Burning our women, raping our buildings.
Ren, I don't see you in the lineup.
Ren, Ren, I don't see you in the lineup.
Or
Oh, that is weird.
or is
I
that-
rolled
10.
I rolled a 10 and he rolled a 3.
He did. Did he click on his icon before he clicked the initiative roll?
No, but I'm more than happy to roll again.
Hey, look. If you can convince the DM that he never saw those numbers, go for it.
Ignore that one. I'm on the wrong screen.
I'll give you a military discount here.
Yeah, you get a plus half
So much
to your
better.
initiative.
If Airee appreciates my tenacity there, then I rolled a 10 and he rolled an 18. Twice.
He still went up on the board. Is he
Why the
targeting himself?
He's not there.
Oh,
I don't
you
think
know what?
his token's not highlighted.
It's because I don't have him selected on my other browser.
You using
Okay.
Firefox?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Look, can we just change it to an 18?
Oh, he got what he got to start with.
Fuck! And you put me at 10 too, you suck!
You're a druid. You're fine. Druids do not need to go first.
Why are there so many? So many.
Uh,
Because there's like 7 of us.
Gagnetta,
So many.
it came up to you in a rush, and its claws are scrabbling over your armor without finding purchase. Allegretto, all you hear is the sound of fingernails going across a chalkboard.
Alright, so in that moment, well, maybe the dog will look back at me. I will look at the dog, and then I'll look at Sammy. Like, Sammy, I do not know if we are in danger, but if there is trouble ahead, use your strength to destroy them, and I will give you Bardic Inspiration. I
Thanks.
do not think I can move anywhere.
15 fucking enemies.
Did you just pull the Finding Nemo?
Yeah.
All right. DM, I'm gonna ask a kind of obvious question. So, like, as far as I can see, like, I heard some stuff going on, but I can't get past where Sammy is right now, right? Because I don't see anything in front of her.
Not unless you double move and then you're moving through people.
All right.
Because
so my
you would have to
bonus
move at
action-
least 40 to get to where somebody is not. And that would be south.
So I use my bonus action to give her inspiration. I would like to start moving forward if possible. But how do you want to rule that based on me not seeing the hallway?
You have light cast on you.
Yeah, on the boomerang.
Well, that's still, you're carrying around a 20-foot circle of light. You can either go north and pop out, or south and pop out. You would either pop out in front or beside Slugga, or south of Ren. But that's
I
a
will-
double move either way.
I will use my action, because the inspiration was a bonus action, to be south of Rin.
Okay, it's a double move. Go ahead and move it.
That's fine. I'm going to move slowly because I can't see. I still can't see. Where is Ren at? Where are you, Ren?
South.
You go into the hall and you go down.
Oh,
And,
fuck!
and you
I
don't
got
have
you.
enough movement to get out of there.
No, that's fine. I'm going. Well, no, I've used everything, but as like the last bit of my action, not like communication. I'm gonna look to Rin with that look of There's more down here, but you probably won't see it until my next turn.
Just imagine, like, hey,
No, like literally, this is like you might feel it's not a sharp pain, but he literally just poked you in the shoulder, like behind you, with two talons, just twice, like poke, and was just staring in the direction of the zombies. And then his talons went back to where they were.
Oh, what the fuck is that?
Pretty much.
Is
Like,
that
hey, I'm gonna
fucking
need you to
cat?
cast cure. I'm gonna need you to revive me in a second. That's pretty much the look he gave you, even though you weren't looking at him.
You see something, Slugga, that is reminiscent of a goblin. However, he has an extra arm growing out of his back.
Gross.
He has a nasty red sword.
Ew.
Claw.
Is he dashing in the air or is he swinging?
I'm going to put an image up for you. There's a picture of this goblin-esque creature in game notes.
Good.
You notice he has weapons in each hand. So he has a dagger, a hand axe, and a long sword that he is wielding. He tries to hit you with the long sword and is a little bit overbalanced and misses. However, he does come back with the hand axe and clips you with it, Slugga, for 8 damage.
Ow.
One of these is my health bar.
Middle one, typically.
The one that I cannot edit, weirdly enough.
I would-
Alrighty, I am down to half health.
Ganyetsa, you see a zombie move up beside the sin spawn. He manages to swing his fist out at you and clip you for 3.
Apparently, the answer was we should have just gone back to town.
Maybe we should just collapse the fucking tunnel at this point. I feel like that'd be a good solution.
Allegretto, one moves up to you.
Can we blow it up?
Probably.
And he
So
swings into you with his shoulder and knocks you back into the wall for 4 damage.
I walked to the bathroom, but I heard 4 so far, so I will mark that down as soon as I get back.
I can mark it for you.
Okay.
Alex.
Bless you.
Thank you.
You have a D4 for all sneezing saving throws.
Choices. All right.
Run! Nothing.
Okay.
I think Gagnez is going, run.
I would like to cast Sleep in such a way where the area of effect only catches this goblin here. I'll roll for Sleep. That's not Sleep, that is Shield.
Either work.
Traitor!
I cast shield. Do they fall asleep? What?
Never mind the fact that he put all of us to sleep one time by accident almost.
Oh, I was.
Well, I assume he
halfway
has more
hoping
than
for that
14
to
hit
happen.
points.
Sadly, yes.
That would have been the coolest TPK ever. Oh yeah, I put all of us to sleep.
To be fair, you would have gone pretty peacefully in that regards.
I would have cacawed in my sleep even if I died.
And this is kind of a really bad situation to be in general, so I guess that ends my turn.
Sammy, you can see a goblin north of you, and that is about it.
You also have a d6 to any rolls you make, attacks and saving throws.
I gotten an inkling that Greto senses something else down there.
Well, you heard his head crack into the wall in a bird cry of pain.
Okay, so we'll say yes then.
But you can't
He's not-
see anything.
He's not a silent bird of pain. If he gets hurt, it'll be a. You'll
Okay.
hear it.
I cannot occupy the same space as him, correct?
Correct.
I don't know if there's... I can't see if there's any open available space
There's not.
in front of him. There is not.
No, because something's fighting him. So,
I mean, technically, the last thing I did before moving there was inspiring you, I think? Who did I give inspiration to?
It was me.
Sammy?
Sammy.
Yeah, I pretty much inspired you to kill what you can see. So if you can't see anything, he's pretty much got the posture of I've got your back while you destroy whatever you were looking at. So
Yeah,
probably,
there is
you
a-
probably wouldn't have seen it.
There is a strange looking goblin with 3 arms up near Slugga.
Well, can I shoot at it?
Yep.
Alright, well, I guess that's all I'm gonna have to do then, because I know I'm not gonna be able to get up there and do anything else.
God
That hit?
damn.
Move.
Jesus Christ.
That
I'm
hit.
assuming it is. Okay, good.
Look, a 27 hits most dragons.
What does the inspiration do? That would have been to hit, right?
You can add it
Yeah.
to any saving throw, attack roll, or
But
some-
like to hit, not damage.
Not
Right,
damage.
but you don't have to use it now. It's like
Okay.
10 minutes.
Okay.
It-
And then, well, I can't go anywhere else. So I'm just gonna stay there.
We can always retreat. So you're done?
No, I am gonna retreat. I'm just I'm gonna yell at the group. Let's move back and get them into a in a funnel. We can get into the open area and just let them funnel through the tunnel here. And me and Bruiser both are gonna go as far as we can. To get out of the way. Like, I think I can make it to here, and he's gonna use we'll move him to there. A double action for him to clear some room. And that'll be the end for me. I'm done.
Slugga, you get slammed again from the side. Except this time as a guy, one of the zombies hits you for 7.
Well, I'm down.
Bug.
Just to be clear, by the way, you are using my 15 armor class, not the 14 without leather, right?
He rolled a 22.
Yeah, no, I'm just making sure, because it keeps on resetting it for some reason on me.
Well, your icon token says 15, which is what I've been going by.
Okay, yeah, that is the correct number. I don't know why, but recently it's been resetting it to 14 on me sometime.
Ren, what's happening?
What's happening?
Mm-hmm.
Bunch of shit. I can see a bunch of shit. I am gonna. There's enough light in this hallway I can see the talk is down, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. So then I'm gonna cast Healing Word on him.
No. That restores me to 5, right?
Yes.
At the very least, you're not dead. Or dying.
Are you going to do anything else?
Can I technically, like, I can see the corner of this one, so is it close enough that I would be able to hit it? If I stay here?
If you stay there, yes. But you've already cast a spell this round, so.
Right. But if I stay here, it can also hit me, right?
Yes.
I will move right here. Oh, wait, does that give it opportunity because I move?
Probably yes.
Then I'll just stay here, and that's the end of my turn.
Slugga, it is your go.
Alrighty.
Run!
Oh, I gotta do some damage to 1 at least, so that way you don't get trapped in. So we're gonna do single melee swing on this Haboinga right here
Okay.
with the 19,
You hit.
and that's going to add in sneak attack as well here. $10 damage. Fuck. I did the thing.
He looks worse for wear.
Good.
Between your
Ren,
strike and the arrow that has pierced him, he looks badly injured.
yeah, but I'm not staying. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use rabbit hop to jump back 10 feet and then continue moving. So 10 feet jump backwards, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And so I'm down to 1 more chob of rabbit hop. Charge, not chob. What the fuck?
Gagnetta, one move behind you, tried to hit you, but managed to just jostle you a bit. It is your go.
Well, it can't move, so
Well, you can. You just take opportunity attacks from several.
well, I can't. The other thing is I can't really see past Lyhan, or I can't remember the character name.
Zephyr.
Yes, Zephyr. So I'm not really sure where to move. Is that a fair thing to say?
You know that the hall is filling up outside where the sin spawn is.
Oh,
And looking behind you, you see at least 4 opponents there.
okay. I guess we've got to go.
You can disengage and try beating feet.
Yep. That's pretty much all I can do.
If they disengage, I don't think they get the AOO, do they?
They do not.
I just look around at everyone saying, "Hey, just kidding. I was a little lost. Sorry." Run!
I'm assuming she can double move on disengagers as a single.
Disengage is an action.
Oh, you get 5 more feet.
5. I have a terrified look in my eye. Go, go, go! And that's it.
It is Zephyr's turn.
Run!
Would I be able to swing and then move?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But if you swing, you can't disengage. They will get to try to attack you
Okay.
when you leave.
Yeah, I might as well rage. And then I'm going to use my Great Axe on the one in front of me.
So sorry.
Yeah.
No, he missed you when you left.
Alright.
You
Can I move
can
further
get-
down the hallway?
You can get just past Gagnetta.
Alright, that's fine. We'll do that.
Run!
And then I'll end it there.
I missed rolling for one of them. Alex, the hall and the room ahead of you are filling up rapidly, mostly with undead, although there is that strange mutated goblin.
Yep.
What would you like to do?
Run!
Is it my turn?
Oh. No, I don't think so. I thought it was for some reason, but this says not. Okay, never mind.
His mistake. Run anyway.
These monsters are powerful.
Oh, good. Well, since he's probably going to try to bite me, I'm going to declare that he rolls a 3.
Okay, he misses with his bite. His 2 claws, however, do not miss.
Do they miss by a factor of 5?
One of them does not.
I'll blow shield for that.
So you take 4 slashing damage as his claws dig into your clothes. Your shield blocks his other hand from reaching you. Allegretto? You see some hungry-looking zombies trying to reach you, but only the one in the lead can make it.
Give me 1 second. I need to check the radius of a spell. I believe that is an action. I cast Thunderwave.
Rin, no. Ooh.
Allegretto looks like he is in the position of being choked from multiple enemies and an ally, and he decides to let the spell go off anyway to keep himself alive, because otherwise he probably would just be a heaping pile of flesh on the floor. So some electricity starts from his ocarina, spreads throughout his body, and just releases. And the 3 zombies, and I think, well, no, I don't think. The 3 zombies and Rin need to make a dex save.
Well, you did
Possibly.
You did Thunderwave, right?
Yeah, I think Alex might be caught in it too.
No, Ren's caught in it.
I think
How
it's
far did Thunderwave go?
I think it's 15 feet. Hang on a second. Casting time, 1 action, con
15
save
foot
14.
cube.
It's a con save of 14. And you said it, 15-foot cube from the point of wherever I'm standing.
And if they fail, do they get knocked back?
If they fail, they get pushed back 10 feet. Hold on, let me reread it because the words are really small on my current screen.
I can get it.
Failed save, 2d8 thunder image, pushed away 10 feet. On a successful, the creature takes half as much. Alright, Alex is unconscious.
Oh shit.
Sorry. We all know
Did you-
that.
Did you roll a dex save already?
Do I need to? I take half damage either way.
It's a con
Oh
save.
fuck! I did 15 damage. Oh fuck!
Zephyr needs to save. Gagnetta needs to save. Ren needs to save.
It's a con.
Con 14.
I'm good.
We all gonna die.
Ren takes 7.
I'll roll just to
Zephyr's
see if
good.
I'm blown away, which I probably am. There we go.
Gagnetta take 15. Alex would take 15.
Oh my god.
Zephyr takes 7.
We all gonna die tonight.
I have just a question for the player. How many zombies in front of me took that damage?
All of them took some damage, and one of them got knocked back.
All right. But the one in front of me, the one that's to the right of Greto, is still there.
He made his save.
Damn.
He rolled 20, so
Yeah, I agree with this, with the statistics. That was an action.
Yeah.
Rin, are you still standing?
I am, yeah.
I am going to play a song that I'm just going to put the ocarina to his beak. He's going to start playing a song that Rin is very familiar with from our past conversations, and he's just going to play that just to give her some inspiration. So you and Sammy both have inspiration. I don't think any has been used yet. But Allegretto is standing in front of this zombie, currently playing a song that he has played for you pretty much since he met you. It's just one of his casual feel-good songs.
Okay.
And that will be the end of my turn. I will stay where I am at. I'll try to be as much of a wall between me and Rin, between that zombie in front of me, as I can.
Uh-oh.
You are absolutely right. Uh-oh is the exact word for this. Alex, I am sorry.
Ren, what is your AC?
47.
What?
It is 12.
I'm just
No.
just making sure it is 12.
I'm stupid. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Did you
Just
take
over
the
here like-
7 already from that he gave you?
I did. I've got 12 left.
Well, the little goblin comes running up to you, skewers you with the longsword for 9, and then brings the hand axe down for another 9.
I'm down.
What are you talking about? Question to the DM, was was those last attacks made to Rin?
Yes,
Okay. I'm just trying to clarify.
because there's a goblin on the other side of Ren.
Yeah, I just saw that. Alright, I'm all good.
The zombie slams back into you, Allegretto, for 2.
On a side note, real quick, because I am down, that means that my disguise is gone.
Is that how that works?
That's what Airee said.
That is. Do you have a token for that? Because I can't see.
I do.
Right. Sorry, I was just being nosy.
No, I was just moving onto the goblin so I could see what her real appearance was.
Sammy, it is your go. You see a goblin at the end of the hall, and you know it was attacking, looked to be towards where Ren was.
Yep. Fuck.
Just for RP factor, let's say when he did that last hit, I was screaming and it sounded like the old lady, but by the time it was done, it sounded like me.
Yep. So I can't get any closer than here, but I'm going here. And I am freaking out. I am going to... Just a minute. You see, this isn't smart, but it's what I would do.
Hey, quick question. Hold on, let me get back to the map. Is Sammy next to Greta?
No.
Then never
Sammy
mind.
is in the hall.
Never mind. Forget. Nope. Never mind. There's no contact.
The only thing you see to the north of you that is standing is a goblin and a sense ball.
Just 13 hit that guy.
No. You do have a dice you can use, though.
Oh, that's okay. And that's a D4?
6, I believe.
D6
D6. Oh, thank goodness.
for attacks and saving throws.
That hit.
Whenever you after you roll, you can decide to use it.
Awesome.
And now
Okay,
that is
so-
gone.
Also,
Got it.
Star, I sent you another message.
And I'm rolling for favored foe because I am marking him. If I can ever get this thing to
Send
work.
me another message. Where?
Facebook.
So not a ton. But he's my favored foe now.
That
So,
strange red longsword clatters to the floor as the goblin falls over dead.
You sure about that?
Star, did you not see my message?
No.
Fuck me. I'm so sorry.
Can't move anymore. But I'm not moving back either. Because I'm going to continue headed forward when I have time. I will not be moving Bruiser, though. He is going to get further out of everyone's way so that we have room to, like, hopefully get them into a choke position. And that will end my turn.
Alex with
Death
a death save. You make it.
Star, I'm reaching out. That's all I got.
Star, death save, please.
Do I just roll a d20 for that? Because I don't see where I roll it on
Pretty much.
roll 20. Or I mean D&D Beyond.
Hold on a
You'll
second.
be able to click death saves, and I think it rolls it.
Oh,
At
I
least
just
in roll
clicked death
20.
saves.
Usually
It should roll.
At least in roll 20, I know if you click on yeah, let me double
It's
check
not
that
doing
actually.
anything. Yeah, I don't see where I can roll it.
Yeah, so luckily that's not a death save for me, because that would have been really fucking bad. But
I really
if
hope
you
that you
are,
can see my messages.
I found it.
yeah, there.
I hope that helps.
Well, you have one success, which is a plus. Slugga, it is your go.
Hello?
Slugga,
Hi.
it's
We've
your
lost
go.
him to the feet again.
No, I'm just.
He's painting his
Sit.
toenails.
I'm.
Sin, were
torn.
you muted for a minute?
Yes, because I'm changing my laundry and I don't want it to come through the mic.
That is very fair. Continue as you were. I'm sorry.
The issue is I can't really see anything from here.
No, your nemesis, the goblin, is dead. You can see that.
Yep.
Your
Oh, yeah, I saw
nemesis,
that,
the goblin.
Wait, who killed him? I'm struggling between pages that I can see.
Sammy.
Sammy got the final blow.
All right, cool. Good. Good.
All right. Well, the most I can do right now. So I'm gonna scooch back one more to give room for anybody else who feels like pulling back, room to get in here without wasting too much movement. And I'm just going to hold an action for the next time an enemy steps foot right there to shoot him with bow.
I have a DM
Oh, I didn't realize you were
question.
trying to get my attention. I thought you were just snapping. I looked over to see what the fuck you were doing.
Who are you talking to?
Oh, am I not? Oh, I thought I was muted. My bad.
You're not muted. We heard everything you said. I'm curious.
I realize that now.
What was your question?
Bryn?
My
No.
question?
No. Spirals, because he said he had a question.
Oh fuck! Did I? Oh shit!
Bruh.
I mean, my turn ended on a turn I was satisfied with. I pretty much just used Thunder Wave, and if anyone made it past the Thunder Wave, I kind of know. But I did that mainly to protect who is around me.
That's not how that spell works.
Right? For me, I'm playing the spell as if Greto is in the moment of using it, and he doesn't know any better. If I was
Gotcha.
using, there you go.
Okay, so tell me if I can do this, because if I were in this situation, this is what I would do. Alex is in the hallway down. I would sort of grab him by the foot and pull him. Like, I'm pretty injured too, so I would just pull him to where I am, probably on top of me, and just sort of, or whatever, you know. Is that possible for him to occupy the same space?
Well, you can do an athletics, and we'll see if you can move him, or if he gets stuck.
Just make sure there's enough room in the same space where if I need to sit on your faces, I'm able to do so. Because if y'all go down, that's what's going to be necessary.
The
Friendly
magic.
reminder to Sammy, you are not the only one that could sit on people's faces to bring them back. That's all I got.
But you make me sneeze.
All right, you got moved.
All right. And when I grabbed him, I was trying to use lay on hands, but can I do that?
Yeah. After you move, you've drug him down the hall. Or are you going to use lay on hands on Ren before you drag him down the hall?
Oh, I can do that?
Hmm.
I think I'm going to try to use lay on hands on Rin since Alex is here and kind of safe.
If I can role play any role play, I would. Wait, where is Rin compared to me? Let me recheck that.
It's right beside you on the floor.
I would look towards Gan that I have Rin covered. That's pretty
Okay.
much my only reaction if I were to be allowed to have one. That like I got her covered, she will be up on my accord, kill some shit.
I'm going to get Alex up. I'm going to use 5 points of lay on hands and be done with that.
Okay.
Oh god. Gonna have KFC tonight.
Zephyr, it is your go. What would you like to do?
Run!
I'd like to pick up Sammy and run by the back of her neck.
You are so lucky. I am too distraught to do anything. No, fuck this.
Sorry, I sent you a message.
I'm not too distraught. Am I allowed to do anything right now when he does this to Airee?
It'd be your athletics versus his, or your acrobatics versus his athletics.
Okay, it's going to be. I wouldn't call it acrobatics. Could it be strength?
Well, that would be athletics.
Okay, I'm gonna do strength.
There is an athletics button, so it's opposed to athletics.
Do I have to use athletics? Because for what I have in mind, it would.
It would probably benefit you to use the athletics because you get bonuses.
Okay.
You only have to beat an 11.
Come on, that one.
Fuck.
Yes!
Okay.
Whoa.
So here's the thing. It's not going to stop me from what I'm wanting to do RP-wise. He just happens to still be able to move me. But if he's trying to pick me up and I'm trying to get to my fucking sister and I already don't like this asshole, as soon as he picks me up grabs me and attempts to start picking me up, I immediately transform into a Goliath. Who happens to be taller than this bitch-ass motherfucker, by the way.
Well, you have the token switch.
And I am pissed. How dare he touch me? I am trying to get to my sister. Like, who the fuck do you think you are? Why can't you just go off and die already?
Whoa.
And I'm gonna just keep your hands to yourself.
Short is tall now.
If you want to let her go and just move, you can move down the hall.
Yeah, that's fine. Where am I move? How far can I move down?
That far. It takes a while to get through the congestion.
That's fine.
Slugga, your ready to action goes off.
Excellent. It is time to shoot the boy. Ooh.
You hit.
I don't know if that counts as a surprise attack, though. Or sneak attack. Well, I mean, he rounds the corner. He's probably not expecting to get shot the second he rounds the corner, so would you gauge that as a sneak attack?
I'll let you have it.
Alright, so there's 6 plus 1d. So 11 damage total to that fellow.
All right, he turns and moves down your hallway.
Excellent.
And then tries to hit Sammy.
Better than cornering Rin and Birdman.
Give me your best shot.
He actually did.
Don't tell me that bastard crit.
Make a will save, please.
A will save?
Wisdom.
Wisdom save. Okay, oh,
Willpower.
it's not gonna be pretty at all. Wisdom. That's not gonna be pretty. Ugh.
Give me a second to see which this is. You were poisoned.
Can I hold on? Wait a minute. Can I use a reaction?
Okay.
I'm going to. Can I? And I don't know if this will work with what he's doing. I would like to absorb elements.
No, because this is not that type. Not that type of damage. His bite does 5. And he hits you with both claws for another 8. So 13 total, and you are poisoned. Which gives you disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls.
Disadvantage on ability and attack. And you said 13 damage?
Yeah, I marked it. So, but yep, you have 13 damage.
Okay.
And I'll just tell you, you are poisoned for the foreseeable future.
Future. Okay.
Until you can pass a wisdom saving throw. Allegretto, what are you going to do? You see zombies to your left, zombies to your north.
From what I can see, how many was affected by Thunderwave?
Looking quickly around you, it looks like at least Ren and 3 zombies.
Like, shooting a quick glance at Ren, is Ren worse for wear because of what I did?
Well, she is unconscious.
Oh, is she unconscious?
Yes.
Yes. And it doesn't in a form you haven't seen.
Well, he's accepted the fact that the form he knew from Delilah, which is the name that he's familiar with, that Rin has multiple forms and that she is down currently. So he is going to look at the zombies in front of him, bring his ocarina to his mouth, and play a healing word. And Rin, you heal 7.
Thank you.
And then behind that 7, a different song that you've heard around the time when you first met Greto starts playing. It's sort of a faster, up-paced ocarina type of song. It's kind of like the Flight of the Bumblebee, but D&D version, to where no one has to actually play that shit, because it's a hard fucking song. But he starts playing a fast song for you. He heals you. You come back up, and then you feel some notes that he's played for you before, and you have a d6 to whatever you need. He's going to stay exactly where he's at. He's not going to move. And he is just going to, like, shoot a side glance. Hold on, can I still ping this? Yeah, he's just kind of looking down this hallway as if I'm about to be dead momentarily, but I will do my best to keep everyone alive. That's kind of the look he has on his face. So he heals Rin, gives her bardic inspiration, and turns back to the zombies and just kind of has this dagger out as a little bit of flair to defend himself, and that's the end of his turn.
Healing word is a bonus action.
I know.
You can stab if you want to stab. Or you can move, or both.
He is more of character flaw-wise, if you want to put it that way. He is more in the form of defend versus attack. So he is not going to attack, and he's just going to wait where he is to try to delay the attack of the zombies.
So you're taking the dodge action?
Did I use my action? Hold on a second. I gotta check all of these spells because I don't remember which
You
ones
used a
take an
bonus action.
Healing, that is the bonus action. Alright, I got the spells marked down. If I can still take the dodge action as an action, I will do so.
Yep.
And stay where I am
Indeed.
at.
No. And then this is
What?
also. Sorry.
Wait, what just happened?
I keep forgetting that I'm not on push to talk anymore. My bad.
Nah, you're fine.
All right, so the zombie to your right but tries to attack you, Greto. He raises his fist and slams them down on you for 3 damage.
So I took 4 and now 3, so that's 7 total. Is that correct so far?
I think I hit you last time for 2. And I don't remember what the first time was. And I just kicked myself out of the game.
Oh no.
Quick, God's gone. Everybody run.
I have 17 maximum, so you just let me know what I am at currently and I will adjust it accordingly.
Just take the 3. And that'll be 10. Because it's been noted on your character you're down to 13. So 3 more will put you down at... Well, no, because you
I'm
took
at 7.
dodge. I had to roll again.
Right.
So hold on. You might take none. Oh, no. You still take 3. So I'm going to say you're...
7 total?
No, you're at 10.
10 hit points total?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Ready to die.
That is, Talk, stop making me love you. It is set on my current D&D Beyond. I am at 10 of 17. Not sure if D&D Beyond says otherwise. I'm having some slight issues, but I am good to skip my turn. I did all I need to do.
Sammy, there is a creature beside you.
Yeah. I'm going to. Oh, disadvantage. Is that control click? Hold on.
Sammy, reminder, you still, even though you didn't use it last turn, you still have a d6 to use on attacks or saving throws that I gave you.
I believe she used that.
Yeah, she used it.
Did she use it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, this
Okay,
was.
never mind.
Okay.
I missed it.
And
You hit.
not great. But I'm using my 2-weapon fighting.
Well, that was offhand.
Oh.
And that's a miss.
Yeah, well, because my offhand, the dagger was my offhand. Doesn't do any good because the other one didn't hit anyways, but. Well, that's lovely. And if I move to the other side of him, I'm still attached to him. Does he get an attack of opportunity?
No.
Okay, then I am going to move over to this side of him. And that'll be it for me.
See, here's where me listening to a lot of Pathfinder has advantages for you. So,
I want to hear this.
technically, for Pathfinder, it'd be an acrobatics check to see if you could get past him.
Do you want me to do that?
Yeah, because D&D, I don't think you can actually get past him.
Is it disadvantage for this as well? For acrobatics?
Yeah, go ahead and roll it, though.
See,
'Cause that's-
Airee, this is. Go ahead.
Roll it, or do you want me to roll disadvantage?
Disadvantage, but you can just roll again.
Okay.
Like these type of rules were explained to me watching D&D, like early 5e type of stuff.
Yeah, typically you're not allowed to go past the enemy.
Okay.
If you're in a court, like, because you wouldn't be able to go through his square. If you had, like, if it was 10-foot wide corridor, you just go around him.
Okay.
But you're not supposed to go through the enemy's square.
Okay.
But
that's just some of the spells that I'm referring to. But like let's say there's a few undead or zombies that somehow roll a stealth that's higher than our passive perception, and we walk out into the open, and there's zombies
They
everywhere.
weren't sneaking.
In the first campaign, well, one of the first 3 that I was playing, the zombies were sneaking according to the DM, but he was one of the DMs that's just like, hey, my zombies are smarter than your average player. And he told us that ahead of time. I just did not know what that meant.
Sounded like he was insulting you.
Oof.
A little bit.
Am I in the right area, or do I need to move back to my other square?
No, you're fine.
Okay. Then that's my turn.
I was just going to look it up for Spiral.
Sorry.
Yeah, they're not very smart. They basically move forward when there's things to attack.
Brains.
Alex, Sammy has moved and left a sin spawn near you. What are you going to do?
All right, Alex, having been brought back to consciousness, not where he was, probably fucking deaf, with a giant migraine and probably pissed off as all hell, he's going to stand up, which means he can't move anywhere realistically, and he's going to cast Minor Illusion over here, if you'd please. And I'd like to choose the Bugbear, because that's about the only thing I think my character would be able to think about at this fucking time right now. Just like, shit! And just put it right up there, please.
I gotta find one. Hold on.
Yep.
Okay. There's a bugbear.
I would like it one tile up, please. Thank you. My turn is over. I can't move past the other party members.
All right. The zombie is swinging at the bugbear. Ren, what you doing?
A bitch is morphing like a fucking Power Ranger. Oh, let me find it.
Bear time.
Please turn me into a kitty.
Oh. Bear fight? Bare-handed? Bear naked? Yeah, I think so. I hope somebody gets what I'm referencing there.
I did, yeah.
We defend the
So,
bear.
what are you going to do now that you have used your action to become a cat?
Well, at the moment, I am still me and alone in the darkness in the walls. Oh, look at that. I can see. So, shit. Hold on, I gotta pull up the cat one. Wild shapes. Panther. I has a movement speed of 50. Okay. So if I move here, that's 5. To move here is 10. To move through him is an acrobatics check and also another 10, right? So it's 25.
And then you would end
And
up
then 30.
there
Okay. So that's 30.
if you make the check.
Yeah, let me do the check real quick. Acrobatics, right?
Yep.
Well, fuck me. So what does that do considering she's here? Does that just leave me here?
Yep.
Okay. Bullshit. And that's not an action to try and do, right?
Well, that was your move. You were trying to move.
Okay. So what does that do movement wise? Have I only used 5?
No, you've used up your movement.
How'd I use all 50?
You have 50 movement.
As a kitty cat.
5, 15, 25, which pushes you back when you failed. 35, 40. And 10 won't get you anywhere.
10 will get me right back here so I can hit something.
I do apologize for
Isn't
my
wild
thunder
shape an
wave.
action?
I think so.
What?
Your wild shape?
Is my wild shape as an action? Okay. Well, then in that case, I'll just stay right here and that'll end my turn. But at least I've got 24 health instead of 7.
Yeah, the wild shape is essentially I become a tank.
Well,
Well, you think
depending
that's
on
bad?
which creature.
Yeah.
It's really the whatever scenario you are stuck in. That's Druid's fallback.
I gotta remake the token to give her some more options. Or make an animal token one. So, that was Ren.
Just reading the map, Rin, is your health accurate to what your current health bar is?
The 24, yeah.
Okay. All right. Never mind.
Slugga.
Question: how's this fella here looking right now?
He's wounded.
All right. Well, I am a rogue. I see plenty of advantage attacks here on this flanked enemy. We need to kill that, because that guy. I hate the fact that he gives disadvantage on things. So we're gonna fucking deal with him real quick. We're gonna move up. We're gonna start off with attack with the Vajrajaja, which is at advantage. So a 25. Oh, that's a 19 right there. So he is suffering from overpowered poisonous. So he has to make a DC 14 Constitution saving throw. On a failed save, gains the poison condition.
22.
Fuck. Well, it's fine because I'm gonna still hit him with that sneak attack. So we got that 10 piercing there, plus our sneak attack damage. So 13 damage. And then we're gonna get an advantage attack with our dagger as well. 20.
Yeah.
For 9. Woo. He has been stabbed multiple times.
You get your dex with your offhand?
Oh yeah, good point. I don't think I do.
Yeah, typically you don't unless you have a certain ability, but you are a rogue, that's why I'm asking. But anyway, he's dead.
Perfect.
Yay.
Alrighty. And that will be the end of Slugga's turn, as he's getting in the zone.
Ganyetto, what are you going to do?
I'm going to move back so that we hopefully, if something comes down the hall after us, then we have a little bit more space. Oh, there's Bruiser. I'll probably double move.
You done?
Yeah. I'm moving back!
Zephyr, what are you doing?
Come on, I'm mute. There we go. I think I'm gonna move into the room and wait for the others. I think I'm gonna sit here.
Allegretto, what are you going to do?
Oh boy, that's a very good question, sir. Okay.
I'm back.
So, oh, I'm sorry. Did you have a thing waiting?
No. I was just letting them know that I was back because I went to the bathroom.
All right. Double checking again with the DM because I have to every time I want to do something like this. I can attack and then use a bonus action to attack with Vicious Mockery, right?
You can melee attack and then Vicious Mockery.
Vicious
'Cause if it's-
Mockery is an action.
Oh, it is? Never mind. Check your spells. The
All
one
right.
that are bonus.
So I can dagger and then inspiration as a bonus action. I'm still early level bard, so I'm still trying to remember everything. And from where I'm currently standing, I'm going to ask this out of character. Rin, you took some damage as not the cat form of you, right? You took some damage in your normal form?
Yeah, I went completely unconscious and you healed me for 7.
But you can't
Alright.
heal that form until it's out of cat form. Out of cat.
Right. So hang on a sec. Let me see one thing. Need to see my spells. What is the bonus? Show me bonus actions. Bonus action is Healing Word. I'm going to use my... Where am I? I'm going to use my action to attack what is right in front of me. The zombie to my right. And I'm just going to save my Healing Word as a bonus action for if me or anyone near me drops below like 2 hit points. If nothing reaches that range, then I will let it go off anyway and heal myself. But I'm going to stab. Give me a second. I'm going to stab the zombie in front of me. Oh god. I'm going to attempt to stab the zombie in front of me.
I don't think you can reserve an action while attacking.
Yeah, I really don't know. I'm just putting it out there. I have not had enough experience as a player. But that was my action.
If you're going to hold an action, then you couldn't attack.
Well, I went for the action.
I think he was saying that his Healing Word might be a bonus action.
Yeah, I don't know
that's
if
a
I can
bonus.
hold that.
You couldn't attack if you were going to try to hold.
Yeah, to reserve an action, be it regular melee attack, a spell, or a bonus action, you need to use both your action and your reaction to cast it.
I think we went over this before. Since it's, can I attack again with my action since I am not holding a bonus for like an unarmed strike?
Yeah, if you don't hold the spell, you get to use your action for attack. You did your attack. You don't have multi-attacks yet.
All right, hold on. Let me see what's around me.
You can try to weapon fighting, Alex, but there's penalties for it.
To the question, I'm using my phone because the PC did not feel like working tonight. This thing I'm pinging on is Ren, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And you have not received inspiration from me to attack anything?
You gave me inspiration.
Technically that wouldn't have gone off because he cast Healing Word. Both are bonus actions.
Oh, you're right. So then no.
So no inspiration was given yet.
Right.
Correct. If you marked it off, give it yourself back.
Do I lose Bardic Inspiration if I go unconscious?
No.
Oh, then I still have it because I haven't used mine from earlier yet.
So if we're going to say that I didn't cast that earlier, I am going to do that now after missing my target. I will look to the left and see Rin as an animal. Just play a little flute note to inspire her to hit her target and then face back towards my target, not really saying any of the trouble that I might possibly be in, and that I think is the end of my turn. Yes, that is the end.
The zombie seems distracted by your off-key flute playing and misses you.
I had a feeling that playing Waiting for Tonight, which is a really old song, would make a zombie miss me.
Sammy.
Sorry, I forgot I was muted. Did we decide that if you grab someone and move them out of the way, that they do not get an attack of opportunity?
If they are resisting and you succeed.
I think if you're forcibly moving somebody out of it, that they would still get an attack of opportunity on the person you're moving out of the range.
No, if
Okay.
you're forcibly moving somebody without their own power, they do not get an attack of opportunity.
I lied. What he said.
But they have to resist, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Okay. Shoot. Okay. I can't see
There's nothing.
around the corner.
The only person engaged right now is Allegretto. Ren is not engaged with the enemy.
Oh, okay. All I could see was like a part of the token. That's the bugbear, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Then I am going to just kind of look at her in her cat form with these eyes like I'm exasperated. And say, "Can you please try not to die?" And I'm gonna dash.
Are you saying that to Rin?
Yes.
Okay.
I know it's normally 60, and then I have to go through these guys. I want to say is it 50 feet that I can go?
60.
You
Yeah,
can go
but screw
50
you
because you're
guys.
doubling. You lose 5 for each of those, so you can go 50.
Okay,
5,
so it would be
15, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60.
yeah, but if
Quick
I'm
question.
going through you guys.
Yeah, I counted that out. Each one of us
Oh,
is 10.
okay.
Sammy, did you say that to Rin in Zimnian common tongue, or what language did you say that in a language that Greto could understand?
She yelled at him angry.
Yes, I yelled at an angry Goliath common,
Goliath common? All right.
like with my Goliath voice.
Okay.
Goddamn.
That goes so far.
And that's it. I'm done.
Alex?
Alex is going to hold his head. Just, where doesn't it? He's going to move here. He's going to turn around to face Rin. And he's going to hold an action. My turn is over.
Ren?
I'm doing a quick check. I have not heard anybody in about 15 seconds. Is everyone still here?
Yeah.
Nope, nobody here.
All right, nobody's here. Okay, I'll refresh.
No one
Thank
here
you,
but his
though.
penguins.
Hey.
Ren?
I cannot see in front of me because Alex has my rope collar that has light. So this is what I want to do. I want to run full speed in the direction that my sister went. And
Are you
in
going to
the
double
event-
move?
I can. in the event, well, maybe in the event that I run 20 feet before running into an enemy, I want to pounce, but I can't see, so I don't know if there is an enemy.
No, there's not.
Oh, well then, just for shits and giggles, then I'm gonna run full speed, and when I see Alex, I won't. Oh, you moved me so I could see. And when hold on, oh, okay. Then I'll run full speed, and I will pounce to the square right before Alex, without actually legit pouncing to where it gives me anything. I just want to pounce to make it look like I can see.
She's just gonna give a hop on his dick. It's no problem.
So that put me at 45 of my 50. And then I can't see it.
You went through Slugga, so that would have been 50.
Oh, my bad. Is there any way, is Slugga small enough to where, if I'm running, I could pick him up, in my teeth the way I would a cub and keep running?
No.
Damn. All right. Well, then I'll stop right before Alex, and then just it's pitch black behind me. I can't see myself currently. I can see a little bit of my token, so I'm just gonna nudge his hand if I can find it. And that's my turn.
As I see Ren running towards me and then pouncing, I was like, Ren, no, not my shins!
Can you see with the token now?
I can, yeah. Are you hiding these tokens in the wall?
Sometimes.
What
They're
is
imported
that?
from Djibouti.
Airee, I think that's my favorite thing that you've ever said.
I'm gonna point out real quick, by the way, I don't think this guy right here is on the turn track.
It's because he is not real.
Oh, that's the illusion, right?
Slugga, it's your turn.
Imaginary friend.
Was this the sprite that we were chasing earlier?
No, that's the other illusion that gets put up.
Oh, okay.
All right, so let's just peek this corner here. So that's 15.
You can see zombies past the bugbear, and you can notice the one zombie's trying to hit the bugbear, not doing too well at it. And evidently, Allegretto is fighting to the south.
You don't gotta worry about bird person. Save yourself.
Yeah, he's got time to run away.
No, he's got time to die. You can save yourself.
No, you could run away.
You can disengage and run.
Yeah. Just disengage and book it.
That would be something a cowardly character would do, for sure.
But it's also something a smart character would do.
Yeah, unfortunately, Gretel's not one of those.
He's also a bard.
Mm-hmm. The reason why you're still alive, for sure.
So what you gonna do, Slugga?
Family don't leave behind family, man. All right, so he's going to come up here on this corner. So that was 20 feet right there. And he's going to do his good old double stab combo on this fella here.
Okay.
I have lost my character sheet. There it is. Start with the Varja.
That hits.
Ooh. Oh, hey, that's a poison effect. I don't think it does anything to him, but
nope,
it's a poison effect. All right, damage, plus we're getting our sneak attack. So, damn, is that... That's almost max damage. That would have been nice. That's 16 damage right there for first. Is he dead?
No.
All right, let's come in with the dagger. Oh, I don't think that's getting it.
So, next one up. Gagnetta.
I'm just gonna keep waiting for something to come down the hall.
Well, you can see this giant Goliath. And it's not Zephyr.
Haven't I seen her before? Didn't she pop
Yeah.
out? Yeah, so it's like, oh, you're back. Hey.
So you're doing nothing. Okay. Zephyr, what are you doing?
I'm just gonna sit here and wait to see if anything comes down the hallway too.
Allegretto.
Okay. Slugga is right next to me. Looking at the zombie in front of me, it's almost gonna look like he's gonna reach to swipe for the zombie, but instead of a swipe, he's gonna reach to the side of him and touch Slugga's shoulder and cast Healing Word. Hold for talent.
Isn't Healing Word a bonus action?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm using it as a bonus action.
Yeah, I just figured.
You heal for 8, and as an action, I will attempt to stab the one in front of me. I am also going to stay where I am. And Slugga, since you are near Allegretto, you can probably see on his expression that he's starting to care more about killing these things than healing people. Like, he's starting to lose his... I think sanity is the best word. 15 to hit.
That is.
8 damage.
Okay.
But Slugga, since you were next to Greto, you can tell that after he healed you, if you were to just glance or look at him, there is no care about his own life. He wants to keep you alive and then fuck everything else up, and that's the end of his turn.
The zombie that you stabbed swings his fists backhanded and slaps you upside the head for 2 damage.
Is that me?
Ears, yep, your ears are ringing a little now.
All right. I am at 8 hit points left.
Sammy.
Could I take my held action, please?
Yep.
Alex is partially hunched over as if he's getting ready to cast a spell, and then he looks at Slugga just like run off into the darkness, and then he looks back, bewildered at Sam. He's like, Did Slugga just run back in? He looks back. Get the fuck back here, both of you! And I put the lanyard over the cat. That's my
Okay.
turn.
Sammy.
I am not chasing down any more people. I have got my dog and my sister, and I am fine. What I am going to do, though, is... see, actually... I would like to do you still get 30 feet of movement if you're pushing someone?
Who are you pushing?
Zephyr?
Go ahead with your athletics versus his. We'll see
Need
who wins.
action, so yes.
Mm-hmm.
You need to beat a 12.
Shoot.
Nope. You run into him.
Okay. Well, I may not be able to push him, but I am going to get all up in his face. And I basically want to run like right up on him and have like my forearm like pressed against like kind of like his collarbone, trying to be like intimidating. And just like super, super angry because he tried to pick me up earlier. Like, and just yelling at him, "Don't touch me."
Guys
Back
ever run
off.
up?
Huh?
Oh, no. Finish what you're saying.
Just don't touch me. Back off. Who do you think you are? And that's it.
You ever run up on somebody so quick you accidentally kissed them? I have. It's awkward.
I thought those things only happened in K-drama.
Oh, no. No. It happens in real life if you're angry enough and short enough and gauge the distance wrong.
What'd the 80-year-old lady say?
Which 80-year-old lady?
The one you ran up and kissed?
Oh, no, that was a guy. Which made it even more awkward.
If we were in battle, I'd try to do damage. That's how angry I am. But I didn't.
The zombie figured out that the bugbear's not real, but that's the end of his turn.
That's a smart zombie.
Well, he sat there attacking for 3 rounds.
He's going, grrr.
I was
finally
passed over,
hit.
but I was going to hold my action anyway.
I thought you moved in the initiative because...
I moved before Sammy, so I had my turn, and I'm just holding action anyway. It doesn't matter. Continue.
What you doing, Ren?
We gotta play that shit. Oh, I'm not muted. Well, I mean, I guess I'm gonna chill at the end of this hallway and hold my action for something to be right here. And as soon as it steps foot there, my action that I'm holding will be to run up on that bitch and pounce on it.
What you doing, Slugger?
We are gonna stab this fella. Let's start off with the Vaja. 21, nice. Discord, fuck off. We got our 8 piercing, sneak attack. Another 6, so that is 14 damage right there.
You see it start to go down, but it doesn't. His eyes just grow bright.
So then we stab him with the dagger. Ouch. Yep, there we go.
It still stays up. Those brightly burning red eyes glowering at you. Cagnetta?
I just keep waiting for them to bring stuff down the hall, and they're not bringing it down the hall.
Well, they have been contained at the other end for a while.
I can't even see down there. If I were to yell from here, can they hear me?
Probably.
Probably.
I'm just going to yell down the hall, "Hey, are you going to bring them back here, or should we come back up to you?" What? I heard somebody say dead. I'm calling out to Slugga, by the way.
Yes, he's a little bit preoccupied with trying to get Birdman out of there. And he's just gonna be like, maybe help.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, I can move you where you'll get if you want.
Okay.
You do have 2 hit points.
Yes.
Okay. Zephyr, what are you going to do?
Seeing as this other Goliath is standing in my face, yelling and screaming at me, just trying to protect someone who's next to me and move down the hall quickly. I'm just going to continue standing here, waiting for stuff to come at us.
Allegretto, what are you doing?
You're muted, by the way. It's probably your microphone's muted. Oh. I don't
Here he
think he
goes.
realizes his microphone is broken or muted.
We'll try this again.
Oh, there we go.
Can anybody hear me?
Yep,
Yep.
Okay.
it's your turn.
I've been having some turns, but well, never mind. My turn's going to be relatively simple because I am about to be a dead bird, and he is not okay with that. Oh God, I can't go to. All right, so what I'm going to do, because it's within my ability to click on my page and do, I am going. Oh my God, it's not even there. I'm having difficulties. I'm going to cast Vicious Mockery on the zombie that is closest to me. And I am, for the most part, going to hold a healing word for myself for if I drop below 2 hit points.
Well, you do one or the other. You can go defensive and hold that, or you can attack.
I will wait and hold. If I drop below 2 hit points, I will heal myself.
Okay.
Hey, Rin, you got some stuff coming through your microphone right now.
The whole time I was telling you this, it sounds like there's a bunch of children screaming into the microphone, so whoever is doing that, please stop it.
Rin,
It's probably Rin.
star. There we go.
Thank you.
Server mute is wonderful sometimes.
Sure. My turn's over.
The zombie cannot get past your defenses. Alex, it's back to you.
Seeing as there's been like 12 seconds of no activity except sounds of what I can only assume to be combat happening down the hallway with no care as to what the rest of the group seems to be doing, my character is going to move. Let's see. 10, 20. Let's see. Okay. My character's going to move here while yelling, "What is this schoolyard bullshit? Get your asses back down here now!" While casting Minor Illusion over here. And he's going to change the illusion to the tiefling woman.
It's the girlfriend!
Oh,
This
yeah,
is
that.
sister.
Well, I thought that was...
Which one?
Sweet home Alabama.
And see, I'd have 5 foot of movement, so... And my turn's over.
All right, Sammy, what would you like to do?
Good frickin' question. What I would like to do, kill these motherfuckers in the middle of this chokehold. Since they are not down here, however, I am going to, and the Goliath I am in front of has not engaged. I am just going to like push him back a little bit, like not enough to like actually try and make him move squares, but just like since my forearm's already on him, just kind of like push him a little bit. And start backing up to here and wait for these guys to come on down. That is it.
Okay. Didn't take as long this time. He figured that one out pretty quick. But he used his turn. Slugga, you can see the zombies from the north are advancing down the hall.
Yes. Yes, I can.
Ren, what are you doing?
That time I forgot that I switched it to push to talk. I am still just going to wait in this hallway in the event something comes down it, so that I can keep an eye on the fact of whether everybody's made it back this way and protect, like, this choke point.
All right, Slugga, what are you going to do?
Well, we're going to start off with, again, this target here. We need him to go down. 13, does that hit?
Hits.
Excellent. Let's go ahead and get our damage. Woo! Okay. Now.
Roll your sneak attack.
Yep. 14. I'll take it.
You see it start to falter and it stays up.
Okay, I'm just going to say this now. I feel like there's something broken about the mechanic of you can do damage to it, and as long as it keeps making rolls, it can theoretically stay up forever. Is it, like, restitching itself back up together or something here? Because I hate to say it, but eventually there's nothing left to stand up after you do a certain amount of damage, right? Like...
Well, you're chipping at bones with a dagger.
Well, yeah, so see, that's kind of what I'm getting at, right? It's like, physically speaking, this thing's holding itself together with meat parts, right? It's not like magic that's holding the bones together. It's giving life to the muscles and whatnot.
It's making it save. It has rolled above 20 3 times in a row. So the check is 5 plus the damage taken. So that time you did, it would have been a DC 19. It rolled a 21. So eventually it has to fail, right?
Yeah, but... Never mind.
If you crit it, it automatically dies. How about that?
Yes, a 1 in 20 chance. Nice. Compared to its, what? I'm assuming much higher chance of succeeding that save?
Actually, it has a very poor chance of succeeding, but I'm rolling really well.
Well, we're going to swing at it with the dagger. And there we go. And I'm assuming that's not going to take it down. And Slugger's just going to turn looking all good and just says, "Go! I lose family once, not twice. Go!"
In reaction to that, you just see his eyes kind of flare angrily at the floor in front of him, and it does not look like he is on the same page as you.
I wasn't aware that had a look.
Ganyeda, what are you going to do?
I probably just need to heal myself. Oh, I forgot I have Cure Wounds, but that's a spell. But
You can use it on you.
yeah.
Are you going to move anywhere?
I think I'm going to move up to see what I can see around this corner here. Oh, there's something up there. I think.
There is, and you've already used your action.
Yep. Hey! Come this way! I'm hoping that's going to be enough to get his attention.
Zephyr?
I'm still waiting down here at the end.
Allegretto?
Oh boy. I can't really see anyone other than Slugga, who was injured, right?
No.
Okay. I'm gonna roll for something. Give me a second, because I can only use my phone, and it is not agreeable. Hold for talent.
Are you going to attack it? Are you going to just stay defensive? What are you going to do?
Trying to attack it. I'm having a hard time pulling up my dice rolls. Because I usually use a laptop with a PC option to use for this. But tonight, since my brother is using the computer 2 days from now, he decided to keep it and leave me alone with my phone. So I'm stuck between punching him in his face and dealing with what I have. And I'm currently dealing with what I have. That is my problem. No, change of plans. He is going to use Healing Word on himself, and I will roll that in a second.
You going to try and move?
Nope. I'm going to attack the one in front of me, and then I will Healing Word myself. I am just trying to roll everything, but I have to find the manual rolls for it because my phone sucks. I'm sorry for everyone who's waiting for me.
See, I know Roll20's mobile app has a lot of negative reviews right now.
The mobile app I do not like. Airee, can you just roll a d20 for me? and I will take whatever the first option is.
Hold on a second.
Mm-hmm.
A d20.
I'm trying to roll for an attack to the one to the right of where I currently am. And as a bonus action, I am going to try to heal myself. But because my phone's like, nah, fuck you, I can't
You
press
crit.
any of the buttons. Oh shit.
Oh,
Let's see if this guy fails his save.
Wait, he crit. He doesn't get a save.
yeah. He's supposed to.
Oh, it's
insta-die
true.
it,
He
but-
dies. Now are you going to move?
Did I kill the one in front of me?
Yeah.
I am going to pretty much go back to back with Slugga and heal myself and keep my dagger out. It's not a held action. I am just holding my dagger, but I have chose to use the rest of my turn to heal myself. I
Are
will
you
roll
gonna-
it.
I can roll it.
Yeah, I went from using a laptop to a computer because reasons. So I can't do everything. I'm killing the one in front of me and then prepping for death, essentially. That's at least the look on his face. Greto does not think he is going to make it out of this underground cave. He's reached the point as a bird to think, I'm just fighting until my life ends.
To be fair, I guess birds do kind of go crazy if you leave them locked up too long inside an enclosed space, so actually kind of makes sense.
Yeah, especially if everything in their life changes within one day. He will definitely stop caring about life.
So are you going to move or not move?
I am staying beside Slugga to make sure nothing touches him.
Well, there's one north of Slugga if you want to move up that way.
I am trying to protect him from the ones that are south of him, because part of Gretel thinks that Slugga can kill the ones in front of him. So I will stay where I'm at.
See, the thing is, I'd be easier able to dodge the ones from the south than the ones coming from north, though.
Yeah, I'm trying to take those out of the equation. But he is also an
I'm
emotional
I'm
bird.
saying I can dodge the ones from the south better, which is why it'd be better for you to go to the north side.
I, as a player, hear that, but Gretel, as a fighter, does not hear that. His turn ends.
Alex, nobody's moving towards you.
Alex wings out his hands exasperatedly before they come clattering against his pant legs. Of all the Desna cursed bullshit. He points at Kaneda. Kaneda, hold your shield up and fall back. Slugga, wherever the fuck you are, get somewhere else. Allegretto, you have wings. Fly, you fool. And my character is going to... I'm going to just, draw a little shape here for you. I'm going to make another minor illusion of essentially a wall so that any sight line between Ganeda and whatever creature is there is cut off. And
Does
they
that mean
can't
I have to do the
draw
mime
it.
thing? The invisible box?
I'm essentially drawing a thing here. I don't even know if it's visible. I think it's underneath the map.
Yeah, I don't see it. But anyway, I know what you're doing, so we'll see what the zombie does when it tries to interact with it.
Okay, and my character turns around, clearly absolutely done with this bullshit, and despite the fact that I cannot move past Rin, I will continue facing that direction as if I intended to. Turns over.
Holding your position, Sammy?
Yep.
Gagnetta is you see like an illusionary wall form, and you see these hands reaching through the wall, but nothing has came through the wall yet.
Creepy.
Ren, what are you doing?
Seeing that he just called out to everybody and I am apparently in his way, I will go ahead and start moving back so that others can come down without being hindered movement-wise by my body in the way. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I'll go by the dog. And that's my action, sorry. My turn, rather.
Allegretto, another one steps up to you and slams into you, doing 5 points of damage.
Oh boy. That's just 5 points of damage, right? It's not my turn.
Correct.
Okay, continue as you were.
Slugga, what are you going to do?
It is time to punch face. Or stab face, technically. We have Varshaja, I'm assuming that 14 hit.
Yep.
11 piercing plus our sneak. 3, so 14 damage on that one.
Okay.
Follow up with dagger. Whoa, everything. Whoa. What did I just do? Okay, no, we're back. 21 hits as well. Dagger stabby. Or slashy. Huh. Sorry, I never realized dagger was exclusively slash. That's a weird thing to notice just now.
That one goes down.
Nice. There we
Are you going to move? You staying there?
Staying there.
Because you can see the ones to the north reaching through the wall, the illusionary wall.
Until Birdman moves, Slugga ain't going nowhere.
Gagnetta?
I'm gonna take the hint and move back to where I was.
You do see that strange red longsword on the floor.
Is it magical?
Is it evil?
Do you have to concentrate to keep magic going, or is that just one that's timed?
Actually, you know what? You're right. I would have dropped concentration long ago. Never mind. Except when I eventually saw the guy, but who cares?
Okay, this says actions in combat. Except I only have one spell slot left, so maybe I shouldn't use this. I guess I'm just gonna look down and I'm looking over at Airee saying, "This is a really bad idea. This is me sitting here thinking I'm gonna do something that I'm going to regret." I guess I'm gonna reach down, pick it up, give Slugga a poke and say, "Come on," and then try to head back down the hall. I mean, not a poke really hard. Just
He gave him a jabber in the jaw.
Allegretto, another one comes up and slams into you again, doing 6 additional damage.
Am I still standing?
Yes, you still are standing. Zephyr, are you doing anything?
Let me- I think I'm gonna start heading towards the doors,
Okay.
and then stand there because I heard people yelling that they're coming down. So I'll stand there and wait.
Allegretto, what are you doing? Hello?
Oop, did he mute himself again?
Who are you talking about?
You.
Oh shit.
There's one ahead of you in the hall, and then nothing past that you can see.
Alright, since you've been ahead of me on my current hit point count, what is my current health?
5.
5. That's interesting. Alright, hang on a second. Blah, 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 blah. Well, that's not very helpful. I am sorry. What I usually used as a normal browsing tab is no longer working. And the laptop that I used before to play with you guys is in a different room because my brother decided, no, I need to use the laptop between 12 and 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, you mentioned that already.
Did I?
Yeah.
Several times.
I'd also like to mention the fact that I want to punch him in the throat.
You
But
also
that's
mentioned
besides the fact. Cool. I'm glad we're on the same page. I am having some trouble loading the exact page. So as a question to the DM, is there anything within 15 feet of me?
Slugger and a zombie. 2 zombies, in fact.
I still have some bonus actions. Can I... What is Slugga's health at?
More than yours.
That's for sure. Slugga, did you use inspiration the last time I gave it to you?
The last time you gave it to me was before the long rest, so I've not.
So, for Allegretto's turn, he will look towards Slugga, and there is a very obvious, I don't care about me look in his eyes. He will play a song that Slugga knows is one of his favorites compared to Greta's. He will give him inspiration, and I will hold my attack if anything tries to attack me. And he will just slowly turn away from Slugga and face the things in front of him. That's the end of his turn.
Alex?
Alright, Alex is going to begin walking into this room. Sort of casually sauntering. Is like, alright, listen, I like the lot of you, but I ain't about to die for whatever the hell is happening in that room that I've only been hearing grunting for the last 30 seconds. Strategy time now. My character looks at Sam. He's like, "How many times can you do that rain thing?" And my turn's over.
You're up, Sammy.
I think twice. Well, hold on. Actually, let me. Yeah, twice. I probably got 2 in me, and that's about all I can take. But, I mean, it's a wide spread, man. You're gonna have to steer clear if I'm gonna do it.
My character points at this section of the stone.
Can I get here and like be up against the wall so that there's room for the people to move past me? Okay. Then I'm gonna stay in this little like corner square so that people don't have to waste movement getting around. And that'll end my turn.
I meant shoot at that point, but alright.
That was that not what you meant, Alex?
My character was basically like, you was like, it's like it has a wide area of effect, and like, I've seen you do it before, and I've seen how you hit people, and it was like, it didn't seem that big, so my character just points over here, is like, you have about an area that big if we, like, slog this place down. But you can also shoot people coming down the hallway, that's also good.
Slugga. A zombie moves through the imaginary wall up to you. He tries to swing at you, but you nimbly hop out of the way. Rian.
Right, I'm push to talk again. Sorry. So I don't see Slugga or Greto. I'm gonna 1, 2, 3, 4, 20. If I go here, is it 25 or is it 30 because of her? Is there enough
it's
space
25.
right here? Okay.
Yeah, you can get by.
All right. Well, I see that there's something at the end of the hall, and Ganeda is still in the hallway, and I still don't see the Greto or the kitty cat. So I am gonna stay right here and hold that 20-foot run and jump pounce action again in the event that they come down the hall. And I guess that if that occurs, I'll just roll an acrobatics to see if I can get past her to still accomplish that. Or no, I don't have to roll acrobatics, right? Would it just add to my 20 feet?
Excuse me?
So with her being in the way, that makes it to where it's 10 instead of 5. So would it be 5, 10, 15, and then 25 through her to get my pounce?
The next square would be 30.
And so I could use her being in the way as my 20-foot gap that I need in order to do my pounce.
I think she's moving out of your way.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll stay here and hold my action for my run and jump. If they get to right here, sorry, this square, then I'll use my run and jump pounce.
Slugga, you're up. You have one on either side now. The one to your southeast is damaged. The one to the north is not.
Slugga's looking back and forth, seeing the rapidly closing gap and their path now partially cut off. And after just the affirmation over and over again from Allegretto, he looks back at him for just a moment and just kind of mutters, "If you go, tell family I safe now. I find home." And he's going to use cunning action to disengage from this fellow here, sneak past him, which is what, like 15 feet of movement because it's moving through, and then 5.
Just do acrobatics.
Acrobatics check.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll take you 10 to get across.
Okay, so that'd be 15 feet of movement right here.
Yeah.
Then we're going to use our other rabbit hop to move forward 10. Actually, hold on. Can you use bonus actions as actions instead if you've already used a bonus action?
No.
Well, I'll tell you what, instead of using my cunning action disengage down here, I will let him have that attack of opportunity, because otherwise I'd be forcing 2 attacks of opportunity from those 2 there instead. Or actually, does disengage just mean that?
If
No,
you
'cause
disengage, you'll be okay. You're just giving up movement to get around the other one.
Yeah. Okay, never mind. So that's 15, 20, 25, 30. And then he's going to use action dash to keep moving down the hall. So 5, 10, 20, 25, 30. And as he streaks past Gan, if she's looking right at him, she can see that his big black eyes have started to water quite a bit as he's sprinting down this hallway, at some points on all fours, just kind of bounding along.
Ganyeta, what are you doing?
I'm gonna look down. Can I toss my spear and then run?
You don't want your spear?
Well, I want. Well, okay. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna yell at the zombie, "Hey, come on down this way!" And then I'm gonna turn and head back down the hall. Get that far, right? Wow, I can see inside the wall.
All right, Allegretto. Let's see. He hits you for 7, knocking you unconscious.
He sure does. I need to make a roll for that. Is it my turn?
No, that was his turn.
All right, let me know when I need to make the roll for that. But Gretel goes down without making any noise towards anybody or eye contact.
Well, there's nobody around you to see. Zephyr, what are you up to?
Continuing to hold the store down. Just waiting to see what happens. Waiting for them to come down the hallway. Making grunt noises, getting impatient.
All right, Allegretto, it's your turn for your save.
Okay. That's a 1 fail. He is 1/3 dead. My turn is over.
Alex, what are you up to?
Alex is gonna try and start directing everyone about what is the semblance of a plan that he has. He's gonna like try and get a better angle to see if he sees like Saga coming. He sees Ganeda over here, and he basically starts saying like, "All right, everyone, assuming they're coming after us, let's start trying to form a wall. Sammy, let's have you and Slugga on this plinth here. Zephyr, you still got those javelins?"
Do I?
My character's basically like looking at you. You still got those javelins?
I'm not. How many did I throw before?
You threw them, but we recovered them after the fact.
Then yeah, I should have still have them.
My character nods at you, and then he points like around about like here-ish. Is like, this is probably a good spot to throw at him.
Sounds good.
And my turn's over.
Okay, Sammy, you're up.
Okay. I am going to try and shoot this guy.
That hits.
Okay. And then I am going to hear Alex and take his advice and move back to here. Ooh. Here. Here. And that will end my turn.
Oi, 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 oi. I may be blind, but I can see that token is past where I said my action was held, sir. Put him back where he was.
Can you jump 60 feet?
Why would I need to jump 60?
I thought you jumped 20.
I have to run in a straight line for 20 and then jump on them. So 5, 15, 20. Oh, so I mean that where he was at is fine. I can still do it from there.
I'll leave him there.
Okay. Well, I can't see him now, so let's... Wherever he's at, I'm running, I'm pouncing.
Slugga should be giving off light. Better.
Yes, take care. I missed. But that does put me, I think, right in front of them regardless.
Yeah.
Well, then. That was a held action. I'm done.
What you up to, Slugga?
Wait a minute, it was my held action. Don't I get my actual turn?
Okay.
Not for a held action.
Yes, you do.
Then go. Take your turn. Run away.
Yeah, I
Sure.
disengage and I run away.
Sure, go along with it.
Is that where you're stopping?
Yep, that's my turn.
Because your movement's a lot more than that.
Then I'll move one more. Two more. Now I'm done.
Sluggo, what are you up to?
We're gonna go ahead and draw a short bow, shoot at the first one that's coming down the hall. 21, I'm assuming hits.
Yes.
I'm probably not getting sneak attack on this, I don't think.
No.
7 damage.
Quick question: Does Bardic Inspiration go away if the person who gave it goes down?
His active magic fades.
Ah, damn.
Unless it says it lasts. Well, he doesn't have to concentrate on it, so it would last. So, no, you should still have it. It's sort of like Alex's light. When he casts it on you, even if Alex goes down, the light stays on you because it's got a duration time of an hour.
So, for example, something that has like concentration, like what was it, detect magic, which I did cast as a ritual. I went down, so that's gone.
So you still have it. Alrighty.
I'm not done yet.
You gonna move?
Yep. So that's 15 to get there. 20. Say 25 and we'll pause there. Excuse me for a moment. I got to go pee.
Gagnetta, what are you doing?
I'm in a wall right now. I'm assuming that I was like about there.
You
Before
gonna
I
run
was.
down the hall and hit him?
No. I'm just saying. I'm assuming that I was about there and not stuck in the wall.
Yeah, about
No, you were in the triangle, but yeah.
I'm gonna come down here and hope that it funnels them down this way.
You happy with where you're at, Zephyr? Just gonna hold?
I'm moving up there where I was told to go. And that's my turn. I'm gonna hold an action to throw a javelin if something shows up.
Allegretto, death save. All right, Alex, anything you wish to do?
All right, I'm gonna see where I can potentially help out in this situation. From here. Alex is going to move back here, and he's going to wait. He's not going to hold an action. Turns over.
Sammy?
Can't see anything. Can't see anything. Is there, if I just shoot down that path, I'm assuming I will hit something that is enemy. Is that a fair assumption? Can you
You
hear?
should be able to see. Hold on. Can you see now?
I can. Okay. I am going to. I can see two of them. I don't know if there's anything past that or not. Is there anything past that?
You have the 40 foot of vision, so because you have light on you.
Okay. So I am going to. And I think 20 hits.
Yep.
I'll also be marking them as favored and using my hold on. I believe this. Would you clear for me, please? Give me just a second. It wasn't clearing. Hold on. Yes, using my bonus action, Hail of Thorns. On all of them. So, it would be the guy in the far back that I'm going for. Love.
So you hit the one in the back.
Yes. And Hail of Thorns, which is a 5 feet on either side. So if there is anybody behind, then I should get them all. And that should be everything. Hold on, let's see. That was okay. And then I'm going to move back 1 for my full
Okay.
30 feet. And I'm done.
Yay, finally!
Who had held actions? Zephyr?
Zephyr did, yeah, he had a javelin.
Oh.
The zombie tries to slam Sammy
He rolls a
and
6.
misses. Rian?
Let me ask you a question. And I've asked this question before. But if I, like, let's say, move here. Oh, hold on. Come here, mouse. That should give me line of sight to, at the very least, this corner of this square. So if I change back into me and cast Entangle, does it creep down the hall a little bit? Or
Depends
even
on
out
where
of
you
the hall?
put the center point.
I can see a little bit of this corner too. I can't remember how the square works. Is it 10?
Tells
So-
on the spell.
The spell doesn't make any sense to me, honestly, because I feel like I don't understand the difference between 20 and 10. Because it says 20, I think. Hold on.
20-foot square.
Yeah. And then every time I say that, it somehow morphs into 10. So I honestly don't know how it works.
Well, for example, if you cast it here, it would go from here 5, 10, 15, 20.
Oh, okay. Well, then wherever he put his ping, I want to change back into me. Is that an action?
Yeah. I believe so, because it's an action to change, isn't it?
It is an action to change, yes. Yeah, it says until you use an action to revert or until you die. Okay. Gross. I hate all of those options. I shall do it anyway. I am going to morph back into me, which is going to be my action. And because of that, I am actually going to stay here for now. And then I'll just do what I was going to do on my next turn.
Can you see that green square?
Barely. I can see it enough to where it matters.
That's 20 to a side.
Oh, okay.
So. Slugga, what are you up to?
We're gonna go and move her up to here, and are both of these two entangled, or neither of them? Or
Neither.
all right. Well, we're gonna go ahead and pop a shot off at the one in front. Ooh, 23. I'm assuming that hits, and
Yep.
we will get sneak attack from that. So that's a 9 plus a d6. So 12 damage total.
It's still up.
And that'll be all Slugga does for that turn then.
I'll be right back.
Since there are two diamonds there that I can't, I'm sort of. But are they going to be able to move past us into the middle of the room?
No. Are you going to attack?
Yes. Yes.
That hits.
We always believed. Knock him out.
Die! Whew.
You smash through it, and it crumbles to the ground. You see one behind it, and then a couple further down the hall.
So why did you guys stop adventuring? We fucking hate zombies.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
many zombies. I have this. It says as an action in combat, I can cast Divine Smite. Can I do that before my turn is done?
Divine Smite, I believe, is a bonus action.
Well, shit.
You killed the one you were attacking.
Well, I think it's for the next attack.
Nope.
But
it's
anyway.
it's for any attack at any point.
Yeah.
But you don't have another attack this round.
Hey!
And it will use your last spell slot.
Yeah. Yeah. Paladins.
Zephyr, you can see one zombie from where you're at.
Alright, I'm gonna throw another javelin at that one.
You can do it, Zephyr. We believe. First one was just a fluke. They can lower their guard.
How many javelins do I have?
Like 6? We have 5 now.
That hits. Chipping away.
Slowly but surely. And then I am done.
Allegretto, a death save, if you please. It's 2 in the good. Alex, what would you like to do?
Alright. Alex, seeing his plan somewhat coming to fruition, is going to move here Mm-hmm. And he's going to cast everyone's favorite. Okay, that's... I'm going to cast Grease there.
Okay.
There's my last non-book spell slot, and I'm going to move back.
He's fat!
And that's my turn.
Sammy, you can see one.
Yes, I can. Alright. I'm gonna shoot him.
You hit.
With an additional D4 for favored.
It looks very bad off.
I think I'm gonna.
You're going to spoon it?
No. No. If I move to here, because I'm on a platform, do I keep from getting disadvantage if I go to continue to shoot people?
As long as you can see them, yeah.
Okay. Then I'm gonna move back to there.
I feel like
That's
she
my turn.
can't see that Zephyr is standing there.
Where?
Where you are standing.
To me, he's standing right there on my screen.
Yeah, he is right here on mine.
Weird, he's
Oh.
We broke.
here on my screen.
Oh, he's here for you too?
Yeah.
My health's there.
Oh, your health is there. That's weird.
Zombie
And when I
moves,
highlight that area, it highlights you over there too. That's crazy.
the zombie moves up and tries to hit Sam.
I picked him up and moved him, and it put him back where you guys see him. It's fixed now. My bad, guys.
Gagnetta. My son decided he wanted to cook eggs, so of course he wanders off while they're still cooking, leaving Gagnetta to go fix eggs.
No,
Mom.
no.
Excuse me while I fulfill the role of mom.
Yeah, we were kind of like earlier, the garage door just started open. We're like, what the hell? The sun
We didn't
shows
know
up.
what was happening. We run outside and there's my son.
Oh,
Gagnetta takes 2. It's not your turn. You're taking damage.
I'm sorry.
Take 2 damage.
I've got egg on the brain.
excellent.
See what you did there.
Oh my god. I'm gonna send you a picture that I did for work, Mom.
Ren, what would you like to do?
I would like to move here because everybody took where I was going to stand, and then do the casty thing that I was going to do originally. Hold on, I gotta find my stuff. Okay, I'm here, and I did the thing, and then I'm gonna move away. So I've got 30. I was here. That was 10. 15. 20 is where I'll move.
I hope the zombie doesn't hit you.
Oh, will he get an opportunity? Yeah, he will.
You were one down earlier, but you
Right.
moved up to C, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
So he would get an opportunity attack if you move away. Want to move?
that's fine. Yeah, fuck that. Go ahead.
You say that now. You are crit. Take 8.
I'm down, but I've completed my mission. Wait, did I complete my mission?
Well, you cast it.
So it's
I
still
gotta
there,
roll
right?
saves. I gotta roll. Well, when you go down, you lose consciousness, which means you lose concentration.
But
It's not a concentration, though.
isn't it?
Oh, wait, yes, it is. That's what that little C means, I bet.
Yes.
Hold on. Yeah, it does say concentration. God damn it. Is this? Can we pretend it's Monopoly and have a redo?
Oops. Slugga, Ren is down beside you.
Wait a minute. 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 Hold on. Technicalities. Roll for this zombie first, because he may end up with disadvantage. Fuck your crit.
Oh yeah, good point.
Why?
'Cause he was in the...
Because I still got my spell off before I moved, so he still would have had to have rolled to see if he ended up restrained or not.
Oh, hold on. Forgot to roll a save. 1 second.
Crowd control.
Okay, you're at 5, and you
I
can
was
move
at
away.
7.
No, you're at 5 because he still hit you.
Oh, okay. It just wasn't a crit. Awesome. Okay. Well, then good. So then my spell is still up.
Yes.
Cool.
Doesn't she have to roll a concentration check?
Yes.
What is that? Just a D20?
A Constitution saving throw.
Oh, thank you.
And this DC 12.
Well, fuck.
Fug.
Well, at least I don't have to move the square back.
I will do this again, but from a different vantage point.
All right,
Just on my
Slugga.
turn.
You saw weeds grow in the area, and then weeds disappear.
All right, it's time to pop off another shot at this fella here. Try and get him down. Actually, no. We're gonna move up right here, and we're gonna start doing the stab business. So first off, Raja. There it is. Oh, I don't know what. Well, that first 23 is what I don't know. What the fuck is it doing? Okay. Anyways, that first 23, I'm assuming hit.
Yep.
So 6 plus we get our sneak.
Go ahead and attack again. He doesn't die, so go ahead and
Oh, I
attack.
gotcha. There's 21, and there we go.
He's still up, but you don't see how. He's just clinging to undeath right now. Gagnetta!
I'm coming. Oh, right. I forgot I was going to send her this picture of the turkey.
So can Slugga actually hit it from where he is? Can anybody else hit it from where they are?
If they have ranged weapons, yes.
Maybe I should move out of the way then, right? And let them
Well,
come into the room and let us.
You have an attack.
Oh.
If you kill it, then you can move away without getting attacked.
This is true. Ha ha! Woo! I don't think I kill it. Did I at least hurt it?
It's on death's door, but it's still there.
Zombies. Undead.
Those brightly glowing red eyes. Hatred.
Dude, I did nothing to you, okay? Nothing. Maybe.
I sent that picture of the thing I made for work to you on Discord.
Oh! I like it.
Alrighty. Zephyr, you're up.
I like to throw one of my hand axes
Okay.
at the zombie in the front of the line there.
Okay.
I take it I better duck.
What is with my damage? It's dead though,
Goes
right?
down.
Alright. You said it was almost dead, so that's what I was taking a chance on.
And the next one that's behind it is prone. It slipped in the grease.
Vindication.
Grease has saved us so many times.
It's really hurt me. Why don't just speak for yourself, Mom? That's why I'm not near it.
Allegretto, another death save. If you pass, you stabilize. Spiral. Is he passed out on us?
I think he's logging in.
Nah. Yeah, it looks like he's loading in.
Yep, there we go.
Baba Booey.
He stabilizes. He's unconscious on the floor. Alex, you're up.
Alex is going to 5, 10, 15, and hold his action.
Sammy.
Which one of these guys is prone? This one or this one?
The one in the front.
The front one is prone. Okay. Then I'm gonna go after this one right here. Nope.
Close, though.
Sammy's attack roll is so high, she almost automatically hits zombies.
And I like it that way.
Ren, what would you like to try?
A bitch would like to try to have a better vantage point here. And cast it again, please. One last time.
Let me in. Let me in.
And that will use up my last spell slot as well. But I will kind of just like look at everyone and gauge.
Piers, one did not get entangled, one did.
The one that didn't get entangled, is it the one in front?
Yep.
Great.
But he is down in the grease?
Yes, they both are.
That sounds
Slugga,
good.
it's your go.
Alrighty, time for a stibbity stab on this front guy. Baja, that makes it 8 damage, 1d6 sneak. Follow up with, well, is he going down yet or no? He does. And this is the guy, is he prone or is he just entangled?
He's prone. So you would have to go into the grease to get him.
Yeah, I mean, I
And
could throw
the
dagger, but I'd be at disadvantage. Or I could just not. Yeah, I could just sit here and just not do that. Actually, it's a dex save to get through the grease, ain't it?
Yes.
Yeah, screw it. We'll give it a go. We're gonna step right here.
It overlaps with entangle.
Oh, does it?
It very much does.
And what's entangle? That's a strength.
That is a
ain't it?
strength save.
Yeah, never mind. I'm not doing that. I could have made that dex save, but I don't know if I could have made that strength save.
You can throw your dagger at him.
Yeah, no, but well, yeah, I'll have time to pick it up. Yeah, we'll go in for the dagger throw here. Yeah, no, I don't think that hit.
Okay. Next up, another zombie.
Wait, there's another one? Oh, sorry.
Well, he didn't get entangled, but he doesn't have the movement to get past. Kanyetsu, what are you going to do?
I'm going to wave at everybody and say, come on in! And I'm going to try to move back so that we can bring them all into the room so that everybody can get a good attack on these guys. Bring it! Before we do anything else, since it's midnight central, should we pause? Or should we, because we're not going to finish the whole combat. There's still like 2 guys in the hall. And many others probably somewhere else, but
I'm cool with that.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, because it is late and I am feeling it.
just remember next week there is no game scheduled because Sammy is unavailable. So if somebody else wants to organize something, that's fine. I do not know if Airee is going to be back anyway. Ideally he will be, but possibly not. So
Do we know it?
we'll pick up again on the 18th.
Okay. My schedule changed a little bit. Let me check it out again. 18th. Oh, never mind. It's not going to affect it at all. I'm 9 to 6 on that day, so I'll be home in time. Alrighty,
Okay.
well, love you guys. Bye.
Have a good night, everybody.
See ya.
Everyone.
Good night.
Bye.